I think we're all pleased, and I can speak for the police department as well as the university community, that no one wants to see anything like what we saw before. And you know, here we had a report, and sometimes reports are going to be inaccurate. The building secured immediately, and once again, there was no perceived threat to the rest of the university community as a result of this. It was just a report of sounds like gunshots.
We had one description of a single sound or explosion or shot, however, whatever. You know, we had lots of descriptors, and then there were others that gave the description of two rapid, one behind the other. Which, again, looking at where we are, that would bouncing off the buildings, and here the stone buildings, that could, you know, easily be perceived as two sounds as opposed to one. But as you said, we came in and immediately secured the building, and what also was very fortunate for us, the students did an outstanding job of coming forward and giving us information immediately, which was very important. The information about seeing the two students who were here in this area doing, you know, what they described as sort of suspicious behavior, doing something in the area of these dumpsters, then hearing the sound, then maybe seeing them sort of, one of them was described as maybe smiling or laughing, and then moving quickly and leaving the area. So we knew pretty quickly that whatever happened in this area, and that we had witnesses to it that were independent of one another. They saw the same things, described the same people, two males, and that were here in the area, and we did put that information out immediately once we had it in hopes of being able to find them. But unfortunately, the description is a lot like what you would find of a college student or a young person here on the campus. So the description that we have at this point doesn't narrow it down, you know, a great deal, but maybe, you know, if they've been great so far in providing us information, and maybe in the coming hours and days we'll get more information and find out who those students were.
The call was dispatched at 12:43. Officers arrived at 12:46.
The theory now, and it's a relatively strong theory, is that the sounds came from mechanically exploding the cartridge from a power-actuated nail.
It's a casing that holds a small charge that's used typically in a nail gun that you might use at a construction site. They're fed in sort of by a magazine into a nail gun, and the charge goes off and drives the nail into typically concrete. Is what they're most commonly used for. However, it was detonated. It was probably done in a non-conventional manner. It wasn't detonated in a device, but possibly crushed or slammed in a lid or something like that, because as you can see, it's split down the edge rather than just at the end where it's designed for the charge to detonate.
Do you think it was taken from the construction site?
That would just be speculative, but I would certainly, due to the proximity of the construction site, I would think that would be a reasonable assumption, but we really don't know.
Okay.
They're loud, and particularly if it's not in the device where it's contained. It's just detonated outside, either by using crushing it with some other device such as a hammer or a lid on the dumpster, something like that. It's going to be very loud, but no real danger in terms of the energy coming away from it, because it contains a very small amount of gunpowder.
Okay, and do you think you would have found it without Boomer?
Very unlikely, because it was, as you can see, the coloration of it and that sort of thing, and it was in the back, and it was in some leaves back there, so we'd have had to really sift through the leaves and the debris back there to find it, but Boomer went right around there and found it immediately.
Can you guys get this posted up really quickly, because I got national calling me from everywhere.